Hey folks, I am here to shoot a contest entry for Bobby Gas. Believe it or not, it's kind of a new channel to me. I think I've been subscribed for a little while, but I'm subscribed to so many people. I don't know how the YouTube algorithms work, but his videos don't pop up for me that often. But that's been changing lately, and so I've been watching videos off of his channel and then watching the contest entries as they roll in. And yeah, I've really enjoyed this contest so far, just watching everybody's entries. So I thought I would shoot my own. So Bobby asked for a favorite video of his. Um, as I was kind of going back and looking at some of the videos he's put up, I think my favorite was a contest response that he did for Bobby Z. And I think the question that was asked was, talk about what you like about the VC or something positive. And he talked about the camaraderie and talked about the friendships and the meetups and showed videos from that, and it was really a nice video, and I think that's my favorite of the regular videos that he does. He also puts up music videos, and as I look through those, I'm a huge Johnny Cash fan, so I found one where Johnny Cash and Roy Clark are going back and forth with Clark on the guitar and Johnny on harmonica. And yeah, I really enjoyed that a great deal as well. And so those are the videos. He asked for 3 albums from Canadian musicians. Um, Before I get to the musicians, though, there's a lot about Canada I like, and when I think about Canada, as much as I think about musicians, I think about wrestlers as well. So I pulled these as well, because you can't talk about Canada without talking about Bret Hart, the excellence of execution, the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be, right? If you're talking about Canada, you got to talk about his late brother, Owen Hart. Such a great talent. Wish he was still with us. Talk about Canada, you got to talk about the lead singer for Fozzy. You got to talk about Chris Jericho. Another great Canadian. And you got to talk about the Rated R superstar. Hey, buddy, this is a family show. You got to talk about Edge. Great superstar. Miss him since he retired with a neck injury. All right. So now let's talk music. And I actually couldn't limit it to 3. I had to throw in a 4th because I couldn't think of who I would cut out of this list. So when I think about Canadian music, I think about Bryan Adams. This is Reckless. I love this album. Great rock and roll album. The only one of his that really comes close to this, in my opinion, is Waking Up the Neighbors. That's a great album as well. I like all of his stuff, but those 2 albums are just standouts to me. When I think about Canada, I think about the great singer-songwriter Bruce Cockburn. I saw him play here in Louisville quite some years ago. Just a brilliant songwriter. Talk about Canada. Gotta talk about this man, Gene Eugene. Also, his real name is Gene Andrusko, and he was the lead singer and principal songwriter for the I don't know how you describe him, Christian funk alternative band called Adam Again. Unfortunately, Gene passed away in the late 90s. This was a tribute album. I was at the concert where this was recorded at Cornerstone. It was it's a festival. Used to be a festival held in July of each year, and yeah, miss this guy. And what I'm going to do is in the description, I'm going to put a link to 2 of his songs just so you can get a taste of this. What a genius this guy was. I'm going to put a link to a video of Treehouse, which was off of the album 10 Songs by Adam Again. Brilliant, funk funk song, great message about apartheid, and just brilliant. And then I'll also put a link to the song River on Fire, which is just a heart-wrenching ballad. Yeah, so I'll put those links in there so that if anybody wants to check out Gene Eugene when he was with Adam Again, you can do that. All right, and then finally, what are you going to do with the last musician? Well, I've got to show this guy. It's Elwood Blues. Dan Aykroyd from Ottawa, I believe. One of my favorite Canadians. Anybody who knows me knows this is my favorite movie. I love the music. I love everything about this movie. And I think, for me, this movie did exactly what Dan Aykroyd wanted it to do. It grew an appreciation in me for the blues and helped me look back and get into the blues and dig into some of the artists that led up to this music. So I wanted to show a little Dan Aykroyd. Anyway, Shakespeare. Well, as you notice, my usual sidekick, Jake, is nowhere to be found. He's still worried about the cat I have in the back room. So, to that, I'll have to go back to Julius Caesar. Et tu, Jake? Oh, well, there you are. Okay, so, for me, and for the stinker, hey, congrats on the 1,111 subs, and looking forward to the contest. What's the next milestone? 2,222? Probably be there shortly. So, for me and Jake, congrats, Bobby, and I hope you enjoyed this little video. So, have a great one.